Hello and welcome to Stylish Chats with Creatives. Today on the episode, I've got Sophie Davies. Hello, Sophie, and welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you.
That's all right. How are you doing? You good?
Yeah, well, good, thank you. Yeah, just in the Christmas limbo.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, nice. Have you been doing any big walks with Bilbo?
Oh, every day. That's literally all I've been doing, just to kill the time. Dog walk after dog walk. He's loved
Have you
it.
been out? Have you been out to the peaks and stuff?
We've just stayed local, really, with friends and family and stuff. All my bloody family's been ill the whole whole of Christmas,
Oh,
so it's
no.
been a bit of a disaster. But we've been out on dog walks and things just to get people out of the house and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing worse than being stuck in the house, is there?
No, I've been like begging people, like, "Are you coming for a walk?" But no, it's been nice and chill.
Oh, that's good. And how is Mr. Bilbo? I've
He's
missed his little
good.
face.
He's fast asleep on my feet. He's wondering who I'm talking to, though. He's looking at me like, "What the hell?"
Oh, Bilbo, I miss you.
Oh, he misses you.
Oh, he's such a little sweetheart as well. How's his dog training? Like his is it like working dog training? How's that coming on?
Yeah, really good. He's like gun dog training. He smashes it. He absolutely loves it. Bless him. He
Oh,
absolutely loves it. His little tail goes absolutely wild.
oh. Has he got little like gun dog friends as well?
Yeah, they all go out together. He loves it.
Oh, bless him.
You see how happy he is. It just fills my heart with joy.
Oh. That's what it's like to be a dog mum, isn't it?
I know.
You just get
I'm
all
like,
these
is this what it feels like to have children?
Maybe. Oh, bless him. Oh, has he been going quite a lot then in between like over Christmas and stuff?
Yeah. The season. I think it's like October and then finishes like the end of January. So he's only got a few weeks left.
Oh, that's good.
On rest for the spring and the summer.
Oh.
But yeah, he loves it. We do training over like the spring and the summer, and then he does like the actual days out over the winter. But he loves it. Yeah, he's a good boy.
Oh, does he bring you like pheasants? Is that what he's catching?
Yeah. He goes and picks them up, and he comes back like, "I've got one, Mom."
Oh, he like cheers her and like hold it.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks for that.
I'll get Dad to pluck that one.
Yeah. Oh no, he loves it.
Oh, bless him. How's his Instagram page going?
Oh yeah, really good. Really good. I keep forgetting to post on it, to be honest, but I don't do it as much as I used to, but no, it's going really good. I was just saying the other day, I've met so many people through it and so made so many friends, and we're going away next year just to the Cotswolds for a few days with some friends that we met on his Instagram.
Oh, that's so cute.
We're with them for New Year's actually tomorrow.
Oh,
So yeah, we've made some really good friends through it and everything.
oh,
We're
that's
all
good.
local, obviously. It's just by chance. Just obviously they've got spaniels, and I think they just went posting things on the stories, and we've been like, "Oh, I know where that is." And
Oh,
got
yeah.
talking and found out they're like 15 minutes away or something. But no, we've made some really good friends. It's really good.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good for him as well to go and have like other spaniels to go and like tear about with.
Yeah, it's really good. Just let them off in the field, and then you can just sit and talk.
Yeah, we were at Dovestones today and we didn't take Coco, we left her here, and we did like a 8 kilometre walk or something, and there was like spaniel after spaniel after spaniel just going crazy, like running up and down, just like up and down the hills. Like one of them went into a field that he shouldn't have gone in, just like snuck in, like, and we were like, Jesus, he's going after the sheep, and then a pheasant started flying out the top, and we were like, oh Lord, like I don't know how I'd be able to cope with such a high energy dog. I don't know how you do it.
What? No, they know what they're doing. They're clever.
Yeah, so clever. And his little hairstyle as well, with his little like quiff going
It's
on.
all grown onto his ears now. It all matches up. Every time we go out with him, there's always kids like, "Oh my God, look at that dog's hair."
He's got like hair goals.
Yeah. Everyone keeps telling us to cut it. I can't bring myself to do it.
Oh no, it's proper curly as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he got wet today and it dried. He'd been like lying down while it was drying, and it went proper like little ringlets. It was really cute.
Oh, don't. He melts me every time. Every time I see a picture of him, I'm like, oh. Or when like you're working from home and he's like on your shoulder, like,
Oh no,
hi
he just
mum, I'm
sits on my
here.
shoulder. Little parrot dog.
Oh, he's just so too cute. How is it talking to work? How is your new job going? You
Yeah,
enjoying
really
it?
good, thank you. Yeah, everyone's really lovely. I felt like I've properly settled in these last few weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
really
good.
nice.
And it's like you're managing the studio, aren't you? Is it
Yeah,
graphic
so there's
design?
like 15, 16 people, including me. So it's just trafficking all the work through, really, like taking the brief off the clients and sorting it out with everyone in the team and chasing everything up and things like that. It's like a graphic design little company
Oh, that's cool.
for like medcoms, medical clients and things like that.
Oh, cool. So that's like slightly different from the
It is,
supermarket
yeah,
stuff.
really different. Really, really different. But no, it's really good, thank you.
Oh, that's good. It sounds like a similar like role to the producing, but on a
Yeah, the
slightly
premise
smaller
of
scale.
it. Yeah, premise of it's similar. It's a lot less mad.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was like so to fill the listeners in. Sophie used to produce some shoots that I worked on for a Manchester agency that we both worked on, and it was a rather large supermarket. So it was very crazy at times, and I wasn't even the one organising it. You were.
It was constant. You could never take your foot off it.
No, I don't. In all honesty, I really admire how you did it because it was just mental,
I know,
and
looking back.
it's just like not even because you weren't just shooting it, you're also like then having to manage the people that were shooting it and then art directors and then
Gotcha. It was loads, so many people involved. Absolutely loads. It was mad.
I think this is what people see an image. I was chatting to a friend about this, and you see an image and you think, oh well, a photographer's shot that and that's it.
I know.
But there's like so many people, so many layers to it. It's not just the stylist, it's not just the photographer, it's not just retoucher, art director. There's producers, people who are booking you. Like
Yeah.
you're then booking models as well. Like, oh, mind blown.
To be fair, when I first like got into the job, I was so like blind to it all. I was literally like, you. I was like, why do you need a stylist to do that? I was like, what is a stylist?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, you need someone to iron bedding. Can you not do that?
Oh God,
It was
imagine
mad.
asking some of the photographers to
I
iron some
know.
bedding. Jesus Christ.
I know, because I'd done photography before, but it was all like wedding photography or portraiture, where obviously the photographer works on his own
Yeah.
and does everything himself. So I was shooting I used to do weddings with someone else, so like he'd be like the main photographer and I'd second shoot, but then like I was fluffing up the wedding dress or pushing hair out of her eyes and just like noticing things like that, like to all the guys, like take your phones out your pockets, like you've got eyes
Oh, yeah,
everywhere,
yeah, yeah.
that sort of thing. And then obviously when I got into this other job, I was a bit like, why are you not doing it? Why do you need 10 people to do this one job?
Yeah, yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It's
It's
completely
crazy,
mad.
but it is definitely needed when you look into it properly. All the
Yeah.
people are definitely necessary to keep it ticking over, for sure.
Yeah. It's quite a I think like production as well can be quite a baptism of fire. Like
Yeah.
that you've got so many people that you've got to kind of coerce into doing what you want them to do because the client wants it, and then you're batting off the client and
Yeah.
account management and everything else to try and get it streamlined and how they want it. And oh, I don't know, honestly, I don't know how you did it so calmly without like screaming at people, because I would have been like pulling my hair out.
I had a couple of meltdowns, but they were few and far. I always think it's like Sims, like playing Sims. Like, you know, when you're playing
Oh
Sims and they're like, I need to go to the toilet, I need sleep, I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
read it. It's literally that, but with hundreds of people and hundreds of things going on all at once.
That's a really good analogy actually for it. Like it's really good. You can't just point your cursor at people and tell them to shut up though, can you?
No.
Imagine how much easier it would have been.
I know, that would be wicked. Go and eat
That'd
some
been sick.
cake. Go on.
Yeah, go chill out for a bit.
Yeah.
So when you were second shooting, were you just doing weddings and portraiture for that photographer as well?
Yeah, I did it. I started doing it when I was 13.
Oh, wow.
I worked in a little tea room, and the people who owned that knew this guy, and he needed a hand basically like carrying his backpacks around when he was on weddings, because it's a hell of a lot of kit, as I'm sure you know, and the weight of it and everything. So I literally just started following him around on weddings, carrying everything.
Oh,
And
amazing.
then I wanted to get into photography. I was doing photography at college and high school and things like that. So he literally was just like, oh, why don't you have a camera and have a mess about? And then literally after like 2 or 3 weddings, I was like, this is wicked. And I was like running around doing all my own stuff. And then he'd used some of my images to put into like the albums and stuff. And that was like such like a massive confidence boost.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't really like train in it as such. I just sort of got given a camera and was just like, crack on, like make as many mistakes as you want, try out anything that, like, click whatever button you want. You're not going to break anything, you're not going to do anything. So yeah, it was just messing around really and finding out what worked. So that was a really good introduction into it all, really.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good experience, especially so young, because I have seen so many people assist. And I think actually, like, assisting really helps you understand how the job works.
Yeah.
And even if you're allowed to, like that photographer did for you, like just let you crack on, or it's almost the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I did A-level photography, and it was, oh my God, it was shocking. I don't think we had a single lesson where it was like, right, this is a camera and this is how it works. It was more like the artistic, conceptual side of photography. I just remember this one lesson, and there was like on the board at the front, the teacher had put a picture up, and it was literally like a black piece of paper with a match on it, and it was like, write down your feelings of this picture. And it was like, what are you on about? It's a match on a piece of paper. Like, I want to learn how to take pictures. I want to learn how lighting works and how this affects this and how that, and how a camera actually works. And it was just the most pointless A-level. I mean, I'm hoping things have changed by now, but yeah, it didn't really teach me a whole lot.
No, it's bad, isn't it? Like I did a BTEC in fine art, and then I did like a photography bit on the side, and that was really conceptual like that as well. And it was like make an image out of, go in the darkroom and make an image out of like bubble wrap and leaves and stuff.
I know.
And you're like, this is great, but how is this going to get me a job? I
know.
But, and also when I was studio managing like over a decade ago, I had somebody come in for a photography job, right? And at the time, we weren't the best paying, like they were just churning out ecom shots.
Yeah.
And this guy showed up late, not only late, but with his like niece's christening pictures that he'd taken on a what the Kodak, like what are they called, just the ready camera things.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so I can shoot all of this. I was like, have you ever lit anything before? And he was like, well, no, I just go around like family events taking pictures. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like I can't cope with this.
And them little ones you got developed at like Tesco, them ones.
Yeah.
Them instant cameras.
Yeah, the Instax ones that are like, I don't know, £4.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me given what some of the photography education system was, you know, a bit thrown out, really.
Yeah, very artistic and not very physical.
Yeah, because I think there's a certain, like, if you're going to go into commercial photography, you need to know Capture One or Lightroom or, you know, Photoshop and all these other bits. But if you're not taught them, if you're thrown in at the deep end on like a junior photographer level, how are you going to know?
I know.
You know?
We had a full studio at the college that I went to. But again, I think we had like a 10-minute, right, don't touch this, don't touch that kind of lesson. And then it was like, you could book it out and use it whenever you wanted. But it was just sort of find out on your own sort of thing. It wasn't like
Yeah.
here's how the lights work and here's what you need to create this sort of thing. It was just like crack on and see what you can do. Which, when from the wedding point of view, that was amazing because I could go off and do my own thing. But when you're studying it, it was really like, will someone help me? It was mad.
Yeah, even like to just how to direct your lights or what
Yeah,
like scrims to put on them or and things like that. Like to us now, because we've seen it for so long, it's not that hard. But when it's your first time in a studio,
yeah,
and then it's all right playing about, but sometimes you just need somebody just to direct you properly. Like,
yeah, definitely. Even just like the science of it and how all the light works and
yeah.
that sort of thing. I mean, obviously, you find out as you go along, don't you? But yeah, that was a bad idea.
And also, I bet the equipment was like from the dinosaur age as well.
I electrocuted myself on a light and it threw me across the room.
Holy shit!
I'll never forget this. I had like pins and needles in my arms for the whole entire day. Oh my god.
Holy
I stuck my
shit!
hand right into one of the lights and it was switched on and I went to change the barn doors in it or something. I went to change that and I just touched the filament of the bulb and it like proper threw me back.
Oh my god!
I got the hard way on that.
Oh my god! That's insane.
Good times, good times.
Jesus. So, from being thrown on the floor by a light, how did you get into the agency to do production? Did you do like one of their intern schemes or?
Yeah, I did an apprenticeship. So funnily enough, the guy we did the weddings with, his sister-in-law worked at the same place, and he told me about an apprenticeship they were doing. I wasn't 100% sure on what I wanted to do, and the apprenticeship like touched a load of different areas in marketing. It was like a digital marketing apprenticeship, so it was like a month in each of their departments. So I got to try out loads of different things. The photography side of it was what I mainly wanted to go into, but I didn't want to like close all the doors and head
Yeah.
just for that, because obviously it's how old is that? Is that 17, 18 maybe?
Wow.
No, older. 18, 19, something like that.
Yeah.
And you don't want to, yeah, you want to leave as many doors open as you can, can't you, really? Jobs
Yeah.
wise. So yeah, I did like a month in each department and tried out a load of different things. So that was really, really good actually. It was very eye opening again to see how much and how many people go into one job.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
many people it touches. It's wild. It's absolutely mad.
Yeah, it has to go through so many hoops, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's mad. But then after I'd finished that, it was like a 12-month apprenticeship.
oh, cool.
After I'd done that, there was a job opening for a photography administrator, which again,
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't, I didn't want to do administration, but it had photography in it. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for it. And it was basically running a system for all the photographers. So it
Oh,
was just
okay.
the admin side of that. So it was briefing everything. So we had like face-to-face briefings where everything would get printed off. We'd talk through it. The art directors would design everything. They'd talk the studio through it and what they wanted and share their vision. And I'd
Yeah.
basically type all of that up into a database pretty much so that everyone could see. Everyone had visuals basically of what was spoken about in that meeting, because
Yeah.
maybe there might have been 5 people in that meeting, but 100 people needed to see those notes. So that's what I was doing
Yeah.
basically. And then all the finance sides that came with it.
Oh, yeah.
Then I did that for about 12 months, and then another opening came up to work actually at the studios. So I jumped at that. That was brilliant. And that's the start of my production career.
Yeah. That's really interesting that you didn't go down the uni route because
Yeah,
I feel like it's quite a divide. Like some people go to uni to study it and then come out and end up doing like an admin thing and then jumping into
yeah.
photography. And
I'm so
then,
glad I didn't, to be fair. Really, I look back now and I feel like I'm a few years ahead of people who did go to uni maybe.
Yeah.
I was getting, when I was at college and when you go to them final few months of college, it's literally all about writing your personal statement, writing this, writing that,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
prepped for uni, and there was like no other option whatsoever. Like there wasn't you don't have to go to uni, you could go down this route, or you could go straight into a job, or you could go into a traineeship thing, an apprenticeship, an internship. There was absolutely none of that whatsoever. It was like uni.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to. I was just fed up of sitting in a classroom being spoken to. I think because I'd have that experience of all the weddings and stuff, I was like, I want to get out there, I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
But the college were like really forcing me into like a maths, science, English sort of route, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It was like weeks and weeks and weeks of arguing with them, like, I don't want to do that, I want to do this. So, but yeah, I ended up just saying, no, sorry, I don't want to go to uni.
Yeah.
But luckily, just, through a friend of a friend, I heard about this apprenticeship, and it was literally the best thing I've ever done. Absolutely brilliant. Looking back, it's really worked out.
Yeah.
Either.
I think like there's certain things that work well going to uni, and then there's certain things that you really don't need to go to uni for. Like it's not a necessity. Like because I was the same. I did my BTEC national diploma, and then they were like, oh, if you do this extra course, then you'll get into uni. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to do like printmaking, and they stopped doing it as a sole course at uni. So I was like, well, what's the point? Because I didn't want to go and do another mixed course.
Yeah.
And also then like waste loads of money on 90% of it I didn't even want to do.
Yeah.
So I did the same. I went into work, but I feel like I'm better off now. The same as you. Like I've got my own business and I can do my own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it makes you, not speaking for everyone, but I do think it makes you grow up a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I feel like a hell of a lot of people in my age bracket, when we were going through that like college uni sort of stage, literally just went to uni because they didn't know what else to do. It was just an easy option. It was like the next step sort of thing. And it was like, oh, I'll just go to uni and study whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, psychology was a big one for my year.
Yeah, mine.
They all came up to Sheffield to study psychology. I'm like, why? What are you doing now?
Sheffield, oh my God.
Yeah, like, I never understood that.
It was just 3 years of, I don't know what to do with my life, let's just do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I do really feel like, I mean, if I feel like uni's for like, if you a doctor or a nurse or something where you need to study, you need to know this and you need to know that. But things like photography, just I feel it's a lot better to just get out there and do it and just have a look around, find your own style and stuff.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. You can find your own style. You can get into however you want it to look, or it's a lot easier than being like shepherded in.
Yeah, massively. But no, I feel I'm glad I did that route. Very glad.
Yeah, I think it's good because like it also I think means in some ways as well you're more mature because you're having to work and
you got to find your own route, and you are surrounded by adults.
Yeah.
Instead of students, and being surrounded by hundreds of students, people of your age, you are thrown into that adult world of work a hell of a lot earlier. Well, 3 years earlier, 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
And I think it makes you grow up a lot more.
Yeah, and I think as well, you can see how to deal with people, and I think that's something that's always evolving. As I'm speaking for myself here, but like, because I managed a studio when I was 24, a photography studio, and I wasn't ready to manage. Yeah. At that point, but I just someone had to take it on, and they just went, Charlotte, you can do it. I was like, like, that's why I'm so grey. But yeah, like even now I think, oh, actually that's probably not a path I'd want to do because it just doesn't interest me. But I think it's really good that you've got to this point at what, 25, 26? Have I aged you a bit there?
26 in a few days.
26. Yeah, so like that's really good that you've like hit that point where you feel comfortable managing people and their expectations as well, because that's quite hard, especially when you've got, like we both know, there was some characters, and I think like it's hard to manage characters who have also been in the business a long time. Like they have different expectations to what we have as a younger generation, and you know, that's hard to manage them as well.
The world changes so quickly as well, doesn't it? And people just don't keep up with it, maybe. And people are set in their ways, and it's just, I guess, learning to accept that, even if you don't agree with it sometimes. It's learning to put your different faces on for the different people you speak to. Like, you see one person come in, you're like, oh, I've got to put my serious face on. You see another person come in, oh, that'll laugh, I'll put my other face on. Like, you've got to change yourself constantly, haven't you, to how different people react with you and how you can work with different people. That's very important. But I think the age thing was a massive thing. Even in photography, like the way people shoot is very, very different from maybe the junior photographers or the senior photographers. And the styles, I mean, it's great to get everyone that gets different styles, and you can put your own sort of spin on things. But everyone was completely different, and it's finding a way to work with all of that, isn't it, really?
Yeah, for sure. Like when I was managing, everybody else was a similar age to me. I guess they were all in the same peer group. And we were a remote studio, so we were left on our Todd. Like we were shooting in Peterborough, and the head office was in London. So they were like,
oh, really?
Yeah, they're pretty much fucking useless, to be honest. And then, so you're like trying to like squish between the client, your boss, and then your peer group. You know, it can be quite challenging. But it's just that different, like you say, it's that different view of things, isn't it? And like, especially with photography, some people have been shooting for like decades and expect an assistant to literally carry every single piece of crap they've got. And then some people are like, oh, you're my assistant, but we're all a team. I think that's important as well. Like, you've got to all, because there's so many people on each shoot, you've all got to unload the van, you've all got to like, you know, do help and stuff. 100%. And I think that's like, some people just don't get that. But
no, that was one of the things that used to just really anger me, but sadly it was too much hassle to bring it up. Which was the sad side of it, really. But some people would be absolutely sweating from running around doing things and helping people, whereas other people would just be like stood there practically clicking their fingers like, where's this person? That was frustrating to look at.
And I feel like that's not, we're not in the 90s anymore.
No, that's definitely something that needed to change, for sure.
I think it's like, it's a difficult one because, like you say, you don't want to upset the apple cart, but you also
need to call them out over it, sort of thing.
Yeah. But it's really difficult to do diplomatically. Which I think you did really well, and I didn't do really well. I think, you know, sometimes you have just got to say like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
But like, you know, sometimes as well, I don't know if you found this, but sometimes like when you're creative, you forget, we get really silly and like you'll be on set and you'll be like chatting about all sorts of crap and you're really silly and you lose yourselves and you realise that if you're in an office, half the shit you say would get you in HR straight away.
I know. It was the same, to be fair, that office. Oh, it was brilliant. We're always like, if there's any cameras or secret microphones in here, we are screwed. But it was fun. That's what made it fun. You've got to have a laugh, haven't you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I think that's it. You've got to enjoy the job you're doing and being around the people you're with as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you've got to get on with everyone for sure.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that, like, it's just mad. That studio's just mad. It's good mad. But like, you just forget yourself, like,
I know.
Like I say, and you're
I remember always answering the phone like, hello, like, yeah, of course, yeah, that's fine, that's absolutely fine, and then hanging up and being like, for God's sake! Storming off. Well, I guess it's like that in every job, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think, like, especially, like, I feel like millennials now as well, they're like, oh, you've got to say, like, yeah, all right, and be polite. And then after you can
Yeah.
just be like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, swear at the, give the V's out to the phone. But yeah, it's oh, God. Can you remember, like, the maddest shoot you've ever been on? Like, what was the, like, weirdest or, like, maddest thing you've ever had to, like, handle, aside from personalities?
Maddest. Oh, we've had plenty of animals in the studios. That's always a fun one. There's always a cat escaping somewhere down the back of a set or
Yeah.
through a fire escape. That's horrible. That's not a nice experience. Someone's pet goes missing. Oh, mad. Oh, we've had horse shoots. Photographers have been chased by horses. They've been electrocuted on electric fences. Always the same person.
Yeah, I know who that person is.
Which is always funny.
It could only be that person, though.
Oh, it's brilliant. There's been lots of random things. But all fun and games, all funny.
Yeah. I do remember getting told by one of the assistants that person had touched the fence because they didn't think it was on.
I know, I wasn't even there, and I can just picture it. I can just see it all happening.
I can just imagine him going, oh, it doesn't look like it's on, touching it and just being like, fuck's sake.
We had, I was in the office for this one, but we had a farmer threaten to come and spray cow poo all over the studios if we didn't pay him some cash straight up.
What?
Which just seemed like a bloody film plot. It was ridiculous. So we'd sent some photographers only about 20 minutes away up into a field and specifically said, don't go down this road, don't listen to the sat nav, carry on down this road. And obviously they'd completely ignored that and gone down the road that they weren't meant to. Ended up on like a dead end pretty much down a country lane in a big massive enterprise van. The biggest that you can get. Got stuck in a load of mud. Tried to turn around on a single track lane, that was it. Got stuck in a load of mud in a field. The wheels were just spinning and spinning and spinning. So we got this call back to the studios like, can somebody bring us some wood, please? To shove under the tyres to get them out, basically. So one of the other girls ended up running in her car to the place with a load of planks of wood to shove under the tyres. And then while she was driving there, one of the farmers who'd owned the land came over the hill in his big, massive tractor. Was obviously absolutely fuming for churning up all of his grass, which absolutely fair enough.
Yeah.
But then he'd gone and collected like a big, massive chain, basically, to tow the van out of the field, which he did, which we were very thankful for. But then he was like demanding money for it. I was just back at the office listening to all of this unfolding like, oh my God, what the hell? But yeah, we just demanded a load of money, which obviously nobody has cash on them. And we go into a field, like we didn't need it. The company didn't let you have it anyway. None of us had it. So he was asking for people's names and addresses, which obviously everyone was like, not a chance, I'm not giving you that. So I think they compromised and give them the studio's address. And was like, we'll get it sorted for you, we'll get the money sorted. And then he was literally like, if you don't pay me, I'm going to come over with my tractor and basically fill the studios with all of his manure. Which is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
I've just got the best image of him just slinging horse shit or cow shit all the way up the like shutters. Like,
I know, for weeks we were literally like peeking out the windows like, oh my God, is that a tractor?
Just on edge in case some cow poo came your way. Like, what?
That was like a what the hell's going on moment.
Like,
but then they finally, after all that, they finally got to the location, which was like 2 minutes on the other side of a hill that they were on. And there was 2 models there, and they had to park at the bottom of the hill and drag all the kit to the top. And these 2 models were sat in the back of the car, which they got driven there in, not helping at all, didn't even lift a finger. And then once they'd got to the top of this hill, I think one of the assistants got like the bag of sandwiches out. And then one of them went, I'm a vegan.
Oh no.
And then obviously they'd got veggie stuff and other options, but no vegan options, and they were literally in the middle of nowhere. So that was like
Oh
a proper
God.
kick in the teeth, like, oh yeah, you just sit there, do what you want, don't help out. And then it was, I'm vegan.
Oh no.
And then one of the girls was on her time of the month, and then so that was another thing. So she then had to be carted all the way back down the hill to the next town to go to the toilets in Tesco, basically. So it was just disaster of a day, absolute disaster.
Yeah, that's pretty.
One thing after another.
Yeah, that sounded like it, to be honest.
Just an absolute write-off. Oh, and then another thing to top it all off, they got to the top where they were meant to have these absolutely amazing views, and it was foggy as hell. You couldn't see a thing.
That's like the proper cherry on the top, isn't it?
No, it could have just been done in the studio.
Yeah. Green screened in.
Yeah, literally. Put the smoke machine on.
Oh God. That's awful, isn't it? That sounds like a right shit day for everyone involved, to be honest.
It's funny though.
Yeah, really funny. Like, it's so funny.
Oh, tell everyone about that.
Oh, that's so good. I can just imagine the type of farmer as well to be like, I want so much money. I want this for dragging your vehicle out.
I know. I mean, I completely get churning up his grass, but it wasn't as if it was a golf course. It was a muddy field.
And if it's the end of a track, it's going to have like that bit isn't even going to be worth any money anyway that he's sown. So, oh, Jesus. That's so funny.
It's funny to look back on.
Yeah, I bet you were like literally pulling your hair out at the time. Jesus.
There's been some strange characters. There was a woman once who came in with a absolutely massive cat. I never knew these were a thing. Oh my God, what are they called?
Oh, like a Maine Coon. Maine Coon.
Oh my God, it was like a dog.
Yeah, they're huge, aren't they?
Didn't you do this one? And she'd basically like humanely drugged the cat to be really calm.
Yes. I think this might be Catwoman. So in the end, we ended up nicknaming her Catwoman, right? I don't know if this ever got to the office, but it was during COVID and she came in and her number plate had something cat at the end. And then she was wearing like one of those awful cat T-shirts that you get off the market. And then she had a cat face mask that was the same. Yeah. And then she basically gave her cats like cat weed and like just got them stoned. And like then she was like, oh, it'll do whatever I tell it to. And she's like making it do all its things with its legs and stuff. Yeah. I thought, fucking
Didn't it
hell.
have angel wings on as well? Didn't it have a harness with wings on it?
Oh, maybe actually. Oh, I don't know, because she would turn up with like 20 different cats.
Oh no, the animal people.
Some of them are really fucking weird, like really weird. I saw a guy in Pear Mill the other day who I know that I shot his dog. Yeah. And we looked at each other and he recognised me and I recognised him, but neither of us said anything. Yeah. And it took me until he walked away to be like, oh yeah, I shot your dog. That's what it is. And then basically he brought his baby with him as well. And I was like, oh, I'll just hold your baby like while you sort the dog out. Not thinking that this baby had never met me before. So of course she screamed the whole unit down. Oh, no. And then the dog's like, But it worked out in the end. But like, I was like, you've brought a dog to a set and a 1-year-old who's crawling.
I know, like, the dog's enough on its own.
Yeah, Jesus. Like, the kids I found, like, some kids are good to work with and some just do not want to do any of it.
It's like, completely potluck, isn't it? What mood they're in the day.
Yeah,
you just can't hold it. You just can't. Remember when we first started and I used to get 2, for every shot I used to get 2 kids.
Yeah.
Just as backups for each other, and then obviously COVID happened and it was like absolute minimum people in the studio whatsoever.
Yeah.
So there'd just be 1 child for each shot, basically. And if they didn't make it, if they didn't do the shot, it was just tough. We can't do that shot. Sorry, moving on.
Yeah.
But even if we got 20 kids, The
Yeah.
chances of all 20 of them being in a mood was very high.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
had
just
like,
luck, isn't it?
it depends on whether they've had their nap, whether
Yeah.
their parents show up an hour fucking early.
Know how far
Like,
they've driven. Some used to drive like 12 hours for like a half an hour shoot.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, what are you doing?
yeah. Like, mad. I remember styling some babies there recently, and they got this, they got paramedic in because it was like 4 days of babies or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do 4 days of babies. So we split it between like a couple of us stylists because all of us are like, holy shit.
Going
Like, yeah, like thankfully the babies were all good, but like if you'd have had a whole day of like screaming babies,
Yeah.
like,
Too much.
yeah, way too much. But no, that paramedic, she just brought a dog in and she just watched Netflix for the whole time. She was just like, this is the most chilled.
Dream job.
Yeah, she was like, whatever, chilling out.
I used to love the paramedics. They used to rock up and I used to be like, right, so this is what is going on today, and tell them the most random thing like, oh, we've got a bouncy castle indoors with a hose pipe and a trampoline, and I used to be like, oh yeah, that's fine, and just sit there as if absolutely nothing nothing.
Yeah.
Them. It was well funny.
The woman who did with the Westie, she had done like some stuff at Warner Bros or whatever down in London.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, this is like so boring because normally I'm like watching stuntmen like jump onto mats and stuff, and I'm like, what? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Watching this baby in a bath mat.
Yeah.
Like, and it's little like bathing bowl thing or whatever they are. But no, they're just mad.
Got to think about everything.
Oh god, yeah. And I think I found like toddlers up to like, and kids up to about 7 quite hard.
Yeah, definitely. You just can't tell, can you, until they come in on the day. Some of them
definitely
have been absolutely amazing, and we've got them in again, and they've been absolute terrors.
Yeah, that's putting it politely, I think. I had one kid like rip off we were shooting a scooter, and he had like safety pads and stuff on, like elbow pads, and he threw them at my head. I mean, I've got a big head, so it's like a big target, but like, Jesus Christ, kid. Like, I'm just here to make you're making money. Stop throwing shit at me. Like, this is paying for your uni.
I know, you can't tell off other people's kids either, can you, really?
No, you've just got to be like, right, should we give them to me nicely? Like, like, honestly. But then you have like some kids who are like so, like, they're really good on camera, but they're so shy before they get on set.
I love them, and they're really quiet and shy. Then you put them in front of the camera, and they just like blossom. It's like a proper acting thing, isn't it? Yeah. And then they come back off again, and they're really shy, and it's really cute to see them like comfortable in front of the camera and all that. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice, and especially when their parents are like happy for them to be on set, and they're not pushy about it.
Yeah, that's a massive thing. When the parents are in a bad mood, it's 100% the kids are in a bad mood. Like if they rock up and they've been running around and they're late and they're stressing, the kids are obviously exactly the same.
Yeah,
whereas
100%.
the ones that have come with enough time and they're just strolling in and nice and chill. Yeah. It definitely wears off, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And I think as well, what team you've got as well, like, it depends. Like, there's a couple of photographers where we were working that were really good with kids.
Yeah, and there's definitely certain people who got certain jobs.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, there's other people who were just a bit more awkward with kids. Yeah. I feel like I got better styling kids when my friends started having kids, and I've got nephews and stuff. I feel like before I wasn't really exposed to kids, so you kind of
I'm literally like, what do I say?
Yeah,
how do I speak to children?
Yeah, I'm the same. But then
I've never grown up with any. I've not got any in my family. Like, I'm not at that age.
Yeah, 100%.
Well awkward.
And we're the same. Like, it's. I feel like I just got better when like mates had them, and then I was like, oh, they're kind of like little dogs, so I'm just talking to them like the dog.
Just whistling on it.
Yeah. Get my training whistle out.
Yeah,
here's a treat, flick.
Same thing.
Yeah, Yeah. But yeah, it's the same. Like it is. It's funny how you start to like
change.
I'd always rather style dogs than children, but like, but you know, like they're not that bad if they're, you know, it's not the nicest thing for me personally, but to style. But like, I feel like it's easier now.
Yeah, you got used to it.
Yeah, it's only because like now as well, my sister's kid has started talking, and
oh, I remember when you said she was pregnant. That feels like yesterday.
Oh yeah, is that 18 months old now? Talking and everything. Yeah, too cute. And he, so I surprised mum and dad over Christmas and went over, and my sister and her husband and her son were there. And by the end of the like 4 or 5 days, we were going like, come on then, let's go. And he was like, come on then.
Oh,
we're like, yes. I was trying to teach him like poo-wee, but he wasn't really getting it. He was like, what? Just looking at me weird, like, you're a bit crazy, hun. You had too many wines.
Just say it now you've left. It'll just come out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. My sister will be sending me videos like, what have you taught my child?
Get an angry text.
Yeah. Be like, just you're not allowed to see him for another 6 months. He's got to get this out of his system.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. It's definitely like, it's fun, but oh, fuck me. I don't know how parents do it. Like, just constantly. I was like needing a nana nap every day.
It'll be me.
Just, yeah. I don't know whether it was the wine or whether it was the toddler being too much, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, bless him.
Oh.
How's your wedding planning coming on?
Yeah, really good, thanks. It's all pretty much done. All the big things
good.
anyway.
Yeah.
Need to get going dress shopping in a few weeks, so that's the next biggest thing. But yeah, dress and suits, and then we're pretty much done.
That's really good. Well, I kind of knew you were going to get organised because of your job.
I know, I literally did it in the first few months. I was like, right, we need to get sorted.
Yeah. But that's it. It's the best way to get like deals and stuff and to get stuff sorted. That's really good.
It's exciting.
Are you going to dress shops in Cheshire?
Yeah, I've done one in town next to me, just to have a look at shapes and stuff, really. Yeah. And then I was in Macclesfield the other day and walked past somewhere, and I was like, "Oh my god!" There were some amazing ones in the window. So I've booked in there for beginning of February.
Oh, nice! I'll have to give you the one in Holmfirth. Every time I drive past, I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to get married again." They're so good. Then Nave's like, "We've already been married. You're not getting another dress." Yeah, but they're really nice as well. Like,
it's exciting.
It's so exciting, isn't it? And especially like when you're trying dresses on and you're like, oh, I think I want like this, and you try it on and you're like, why do I look like a whale? Like,
I know.
Why is this horrible?
The thing that I wanted, I tried on and I just looked massive in it. And then the thing that I didn't want was the most flattering.
Yeah, this happened to me. Yeah, happened to me. I wanted like a 50s like fit and flare type thing that cut off at the knee. I put it on and I was like, why do I look 4 times bigger than what I actually am here? And then ended up with my dress that's like it's like a V-neck with like real dainty straps, but like the back was covered and it had like quite a big skirt, but not, it kind of just had loads of fabric, so it's quite flowy. And then like I tried it on and like my whole bridal party were crying. The woman who was selling me it was like, oh my god, that's your dress.
That's what
I was like,
need.
Yeah, I was like, this is 100% like that's it. And even now, like when I see stuff in the window, the stuff I like is the stuff that's very similar to my actual wedding dress. And you're like, oh, maybe I've got a style.
That's why I like it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just reminding me of mine. But yeah. So are you getting married next year or 2024?
2024.
Oh, nice.
So tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after, I can say we're getting married next year.
Oh, yay. That's so exciting.
Isn't it your anniversary today?
Yeah. Ooh. 5 years today.
Oh.
Yeah, we were saying like how mad it is, like how quickly that's gone.
Yeah, it goes so fast, doesn't it?
Oh my god, so fast. And how much stuff's changed, even in the last 6 months, just with moving house and everything else. Yeah. Like we just said, it's absolutely mad. Like we were also saying this morning about how would we have done it differently, like now, 5 years on.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, maybe we wouldn't invite certain people, or, you know.
Yeah.
But at the time, we had both of Naif's grandparents were alive, my grandma and her partner and stuff. So we kind of did it for everybody else to sit in and have and enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd do it. I think I'd probably add more leopard print to my dress, maybe. But, but like, yeah, that's it. I think that's the only thing. Like, I remember the lady telling me in the dress shop, I'd bought my dress, gone in for alterations, and I was like, oh, I bloody love leopard print. She was like, you should have said I could have literally put a leopard print skirt on this. And it was like too late to get it made.
I've got visions of like a leopard print, let's call it like voile, but not voile, like a white sheer. Ooh, that'd be nice. Imagine.
So, but yeah, like we were saying as well, like, because we got married in the Manchester Town Hall, we had our ceremony there, and you literally hop from one room to the next, so people don't get lost. So we were just like all in one venue.
Yeah.
And it just made life so much easier.
Yeah.
You just got less shit to organise.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
yeah, ours is all in one place.
Yeah. It's like herding cats.
I know.
Oh my God. And people like, I made really shit invitations actually on my part. I should have been more creative. But I was like, literally, you're getting like meat or do you want meat or veggie? Like, that's your choice. Like, but yeah, it's a good day. But like, you do, even now, there's some bits where people will say, oh, do you remember this at your wedding day? And you're like, no. I think I was A, too drunk. B, maybe didn't see it happen. You know, because you've got 70 odd people, or, you know.
I keep thinking how fast it's going to go, like all this.
Yeah.
All the prep and everything. It's literally it's not even a full 24 hours.
No. Like, what time are you guys getting married?
2.
Yeah, so you were similar to us. We got married at 4.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, yeah, about that one really quick.
Yeah. And then we were kicked out of the venue at 2 because our mate, she started flashing the security card.
Brilliant.
So we were like, yeah, maybe we want to leave now. So yeah, like...
That was the end of the night.
Yeah, that was the nail in the coffin for that evening. But yeah, you went, like, it goes so quick. I really wish we got a friend of mine to shoot it for us, and he didn't have a second shooter, and I kind of wish he had.
Yeah.
And I also wish we'd got it filmed. I
know, that was the biggest thing. Like, as soon as Luke proposed, I was like, right, videographer.
Yeah. That's my one, like, my 2 little regrets, really. Like, James shot some really nice stuff for us, but because he didn't have a second shooter, he was focused on us. He didn't get loads of other, you know, there would have been some really nice shots of like family and stuff like that. Yeah. And like we got beer pong at our wedding as well, and it was the dads versus the dads kind of thing, and like, oh God, it was like, our wedding was messy, and then my sister got married like 18 months later, and hers was as messy, like such a party vibe. And yeah. But we were saying as well this morning, like, isn't it mad you drop, like, I don't know how much ours was, 10 or 12k on one day?
Oh my God, it's insane. It's absolutely mad. It's like Monopoly money.
Yeah. And then they go, oh, wedding, you want a wedding cake? And you're like, yeah, well, a celebration.
A grand.
Yeah. And you're like, excuse me. No one's going to remember the fucking cake because they're going to be too pissed.
No, we asked about, you see them like cheese towers instead of cakes?
Oh, yeah.
Or the same as like, yeah, sort of like a wedding cake. I asked about one of those thinking like, 100 quid max. Got a quote that was like £700 for some. I was like, maybe not. I was like, I'll make my own.
What the fuck?
No, it was ridiculous. Some of the quotes people have sent us are just like, not even worth replying to. It's literally like delete.
Yeah. Like, I remember with our cake, my mum and dad got it for us in the end and went Home Sweet Home, and they just said a celebration cake with like cream coloured on. I think they put jammy Dodgers and something else on it.
Yeah.
And it cost my mum 80 quid for a 2-tier cake.
It's a wedding, isn't it? It's mad.
Yeah. It was the same with like veils. Like, we were at I remember at the dress shop, and she was like, here's the veil that matches your dress. And I was like, oh, okay. The veil was 350 quid.
Well, it's a bit of netting.
Yeah. I was like, no, you're good, hun. I'll dip dye my own. I bought one off eBay that was like a plain one and dip dyed it in the shower. And dip dyed it pink and thought, fuck that. We bloody fell out like while we were saying our vows anyway. So pointless, really. But
so much. You can't
yeah,
think about it.
you get like, I don't know if you've had this. We had like family go like, oh, well, what about this? Because this is tradition. What about this? Because this is tradition. And then before you know it, you've spent like $2,000 on shit you don't even want.
I know. I found these lollies as favours on, it was like a sponsored post on Facebook or something. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And you could choose your colour. And they had like little like gold foil like marbled in them, and you can put your initials on like as favours. And I was like, oh, that's really, really cute, and put it in. I think we've got like about 80 people coming. Times it by 80, and again it came out as about 500 quid for a lolly. For lollies.
Jeez.
I was like, that's ridiculous, that's insane. I was like, delete, cancel.
I think it's mad. Like my dad did like little drinks vouchers, so he basically bought everyone a pint.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
And like I think that we had like almost 70 people, and I think it came to like 500 quid, and he was like, I've bought everyone a drink, they've got a pint.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because no one takes them home, do they? The little favours. No. These like sugar almond things that people bring out, like you need a filling after you've eaten a sugar almond.
I do love a sugared almond.
They are good, but like Jesus, you've got to have strong teeth.
Hard, aren't they?
Yeah, massively, massively. So if you bought, I guess you'll buy your shoes once you've got your dress, won't you?
Yeah. I'll see what the dress is like.
Yeah.
No, exciting.
It's so exciting, Soph. Have you got makeup artists and stuff? Is Rich doing it for you?
Yeah, Rich is doing it. Yeah.
Oh, yay. Oh, that's lovely.
It's very lucky working where we worked. I know a lot of people who are helping out.
Yeah.
It's nice to have people who you know as well, isn't it? It makes it a lot more personal.
Yeah. And it's a bit like they can ease your nerves as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like,
instead of having a bunch of strangers there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Having all your friends around helping you out.
Yeah, that's it. And like, especially like Rich is so lovely, like you'll just have a nice day.
I know, he'll put me at ease, I can tell.
Yeah, that's it. It's always like, I just found it so nerve-wracking. Like there's a shot, I was looking through the pictures today, and there's a shot of me and my dad like walking down the aisle, and when we get nervous, both our shoulders go up. So like literally we have no neck in this. Like, we're about four rows of people before we get to the aisle, and we're just like that, like, nervous, like, so scary.
I don't know if I'm gonna cry. I cry at literally everything, like any advert on telly, I'm tearing up. And when I used to do the wedding videography and photography, at the back of every single video, you could just hear me like, like sniffling. So all of them had to be muted because it was just overtaken by me. But I don't know, I can just see myself. I can just see it becoming like too much emotion, and me just being like dead behind the eyes.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, my tears came as I came down the lift with my dad and my sister and my bridesmaid. Yeah. And I caught myself in the mirror in the lift and went, oh, I'm a bride. And then the makeup artist was with me, and she was like, look up, like, stop crying. But then like Naif actually cried, like, yeah. So
that'd make me go, I think.
Yeah, I was like, stay strong. We can't both be weeping.
Is everyone looking at you as well? I think that's the bit.
Yeah. I found like I asked people not to take videos or pictures as I was walking down the aisle, because I just wanted like what James had. And like it was mostly because even though I'm quite like chatty and happy to, it just felt too pressured. I was like, oh God, what if someone catches me and I'm like snarling or, like from a weird angle. But once you're down the end of the aisle and you're facing your partner, nothing else, you can't hear anybody else. Yeah, you're just so focused on each other and trying not to fuck up your vows that.
Oh.
So have you guys got to pick your vows? Because we had to because ours wasn't a religious place, we had to like pick our vows.
Oh, we've not got that far yet. We've got, I think we should hear from the Cheshire Council in a few months' time. I think they said
yeah.
12 months before, so in the next few months, I think. When we've got to go in and do all that legal sort of stuff.
Oh my God, that legal shit is so bullshit, by the way. They're like, what's your partner's birthday? And you guys have been together long enough to know your partner's birthday.
I'm so terrified of that. I can just see them going, what's his favourite colour? And me going, oh, I don't know, pink.
Yeah. It was like, does this person live with you? Well, yeah. Unless it's got more rigorous, but it really is nothing to like.
Just to me panicking and saying something completely random, and then they're going, no, you don't know this man. You're not going
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Can you imagine?
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's should come in a few months.
Yeah. Honestly, the vow bit's quite cool because you get like a loads of choices of different like paragraphs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's quite good because then you can kind of, there's obviously like,
is it a bit?
Yeah, and it was quite nice because Nath still insists that I said that I was going to obey him, which I absolutely fucking didn't say that. Never, hum. But no, it's really nice because it makes it different. It's not like the usual like in God's hands.
Oh, don't
jargon.
Religious stuff.
No, I remember my grandma texted me, who's a bit more religious, and she was like, are you getting married in church? I was like, have you seen Nath in a church? He literally melts. Like, no, that's not happening. And she was like, is it going to be a religious like ceremony? I was like, no. I said, like, look at me, Grandma. Does it look like I'm going to be religious?
No, I'm the same. Not a chance. I don't want anything to do with it.
No, same. Like, each to their own. Like, when my grandma got married at Easter, that's a weird sentence to say, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying. Oh.
Yeah. But when she got married at Easter, that was a very religious service, but
yeah,
like, that's what they really loved. That's what they wanted to do. But Jesus, my auntie was like giving it some with the hymns. She really knew what she was singing
really?
about. All the rest of us were just like, la, 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 God, la, la, la. Yeah, just like, whatever. But yeah, it's just difficult to like live up to everyone's expectations, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. There's so much pressure off everyone else. Everyone's ever said to me is, don't forget it's about you too. But then at the same time, everyone's going, what about this? And what about this? And if you invited this person, and what about that person?
Yeah, like I found that my mum and dad weren't too bad about who we invited, but they were like, have you invited this person? I went, I don't remember them.
Yeah,
like, so why am I going to pay 150 quid a head for them when I don't remember?
I know, exactly.
But yeah, absolutely is about you two, but like you do get swept up in stuff, like we definitely did.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, do I really need all of this crap?
Oh,
it's bad.
I need to think about afterwards. I can just see it. I'm worrying about like the day after and being like, oh, it's all over now. What do I do now?
Oh yeah, there is like I'm gonna be the bearer of a little bit bad news. There is a bit of a come down there, hun. Like, yeah, a couple of days. You like live on a high for a little bit, and then like say when you go back to work, you're like,
what have I done? What is this?
Was that it? But yeah, it's good fun. Like we said, it's just such a good day. And if you've got like the music you like listening to, you know, the food you like eating, you know, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is just a bit of a part of it, aren't they? But so you guys the first out of both families to get married?
Yeah, we're both only children.
So
yeah, just us.
Oh, that's so cute.
2 little families.
Oh, that's really nice.
We're staying over there. We've got like the whole place to ourselves basically, so we're staying over the night before as well with like close family. Luke's got family up in Scotland, so obviously they get priority. They're coming down to stay.
Yeah.
And then some of mine as well, so that should be really nice to have everyone there.
That would be so nice.
I warned everyone though, I was like, you dare wake up with a hangover on my wedding day.
Do you know what? I didn't get much sleep the night before. I think I only got like 4 hours sleep.
I don't think anyone does. How can you sleep knowing that you're getting married the next day?
Yeah. I was like steaming my dress at like midnight the night before. And then like the makeup artist came because she had to do me, my sister, my bridesmaid and my mum.
Yeah.
All our makeup and then 3 hair. So
Yeah.
she started at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's early, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. And then my dad was like, here's some Prosecco. And it was like 9:30. Like, we were pissed.
I know, everyone keeps saying like, oh, have you got Prosecco for me? Get ready. I'm like, I'm not touching anything.
Yeah. But then like you hit the point, like I remember going in like the little room with my dad before I walked down the aisle.
Yeah.
And excuse me, we were both like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And we were like looking at each other like, could do with a shot right now. Like,
oh, I'd be sick.
Oh, it is nerve-wracking, but like it is such a good day.
Yeah.
Such a good day.
Oh, it's gone so fast already.
Yeah, because how long have you been engaged?
Beginning of March, so whatever that is. 9
Yeah,
months?
like 9, 10 months. Wow, you've got organised, girl.
Oh, it was all done within a month or so.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. I mean, I feel like we did it quite quick. We got engaged in the July, and then by the following February, we had a venue and a date booked.
Oh.
But like, we were just like looking around stuff. I just remember like looking around stuff, being like, it's like 20 grand. What?
I know, it's mad. This was the second one we went to, no, third one that we went to out of 3. And the first one was just like, oh my God, it has this massive, massive, massive hall. And we drove up and we were like, oh my God, it's amazing. And we got in there and it was literally like one room.
What?
Out of this whole entire place, and it was like 20 grand or something. We were like, for this room? Like, it was one of them where you have your ceremony in here, you go outside for a bit and they swap it round to the meal, you go outside, swap it around to the dance floor, and it was just like one room. We were like, how the hell are you charging this for this one room? It was insane.
It's mad. I feel like we lucked out because we were one of the last weddings in the town hall before it shut for refurb. So they were like, oh, you can get like a 3-course meal and like canapes and stuff. And I think it was like 9.5 grand or something, including the ceremony or something, like some package.
Yeah.
And like other people we knew had spent like 30 odd grand on their weddings.
Yeah.
And you're like, we just did, it's just can be extortionate.
It's mad. It is crazy.
Like, imagine starting your married life with like 35, 40k.
I know.
It's just mad.
Not worth it, is it? Ugh.
No, not really. I mean, like, as well, we went to a venue similar and they were showing us round whilst a bride was getting ready to get married that afternoon.
Oh, no, I hate that.
She was getting her makeup done. They were like, this way you get your makeup done. She's like getting her makeup done, ready to...
I'd be fuming.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, and it's 17k before anything else, just the rental of it.
Ooh.
And I was like, so then people are going to come round on the day that I'm getting married to view it? And they were like, oh yeah. I was like, no.
Not a chance.
No way.
No way.
But I do remember like,
That's just bad planning from the venue.
Yeah. Or they were just trying to squeeze so many people in, I think, as well. But I do remember looking at the town hall and being like, these carpets are really bad. And I was proper screwing about the carpets, just looking awful.
Like, really deep red patterned swirly whirly things.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. That's exact. They were like a Weatherspoons carpet.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then like on the day, I couldn't give less of a shit about the carpet. No. But I was fretting about it for weeks.
The bloody carpets.
Oh, it's so bad. The carpet's really bad. And my mum's like, no one's going to be looking at the fucking carpet, are they?
True.
I was like, yeah, that's true. Oh. Even now, look at the pictures of us like arriving in the room where we all sat to eat, and you can see the carpet, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty rank, but it's whatever. Yeah.
And it wasn't there.
Just change it to a different colour.
Black or white, no one will know.
Yeah, exactly. It's so bad. It's so bad. But apparently Nath was handing out his like hip flask when he was waiting for me to come down the aisle, and he got really nervous and was like, does anyone want a whiskey? Just handing it out.
Trying to make conversation.
Jesus. Yeah, he was just like, everyone's staring at me. How do I make this into a...
It must be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right there. You'll really enjoy it. Like, it'll be a good day. It'll be a really good day. It's so exciting. Have you got a honeymoon or anything booked after?
No, we wanted to do South Africa. That's my like dream honeymoon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, we looked at again when we looked at it. It was more than the wedding. It was insane money, absolutely insane for something decent. Like unless you wanted literally like a tent and on the floor.
Yeah.
It was just mental. So I think that's off the cards. But we're thinking going around Italy now, hiring like a classic car.
Nice.
Doing like traveling around a bit, but I think it's too early at the minute to book anything.
Yeah.
So maybe like the end of 2023, we'll probably have to book more seriously after.
Yeah. Do you think you'll go straight after your wedding, or are you going to have a little break before you go?
I think I wanted to do like, because we get married on the Saturday, so I was thinking maybe like Sunday, Monday, have a chill and then go after that. I mean, obviously it'll depend on flights and whatever, accommodation and stuff, but yeah, I'm thinking that. But it's, it'll be Bilbo's 4th birthday. 2 days afterwards.
Oh, man.
We've got to be at home for that, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Got to. Yeah. Oh, as if he's like 2.5? 2 already? 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5.
Jesus. I remember you bringing him in the studio and him being like,
I know, he fit in my hand.
Yeah. And he's like sit on your desk and just like chill out.
He's fast asleep all day.
Oh.
Well, there's not much difference there, though.
No, she's the same. Coco's the same. Like, snoring away. Oh, as if.
I know. 4. Big 4.
Do you think you'd have another dog?
Not it. We need a big house first. So I don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But once we've got more space, we'd like to. But can't in this house, really. Unless it was an emergency.
Yeah.
Unless a perfect little dog needed rescuing or something.
Yeah, I'm with you. Do you think you'd have another spaniel, or do you think you'd have a lab or something like that?
Luke wants a lab, but I'm set on spanners.
Yeah. Labs can be like... Yeah, spaniels have got so much like more drive, I think.
Yeah, the little personalities as well.
Yeah.
They're so cuddly. They're like little teddy bears.
Yeah. He's so much smaller. Like every time I saw Bilbo, and then I'd be like, come home to Coco and be like, you're so big. But like she isn't that big, but in comparison. Just like, yeah. Oh, that'd be so good.
Little doggies.
Oh, they're the best. They're the absolute best.
He's out cold.
Where have you taken him today? Have you been out today?
Just a quick one today. We just took him around just by us. Just did a lap and then we went shopping with him.
Oh.
Went in some shops, went to the pub. He came to a pub lunch with us.
Oh, cute.
He's flat out on the sofa.
Oh, bless him. We were saying we're going to take Coco to a shepherd's hut next year in February, I think, because she's getting older. She can cope with like a 5K walk, but just knackers her for like 2 days now.
Yeah. Aww.
So we're going to take her to a shepherd's hut for like a long weekend, and
she'll love that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for her.
Yeah, out in the field.
Yeah, 100%. She's been loving it here in Holmfirth, actually, like just tearing about.
Saying how different she'd been. That's lovely.
Yeah, she oh my God, Sophie, you'd be so impressed. She met a puppy the other day and she let the puppy lick her face and paw her face, and she just sat and wagged her tail.
Oh, angel.
And I was like, it's like, literally, my little baby.
Seems to be a lot more happier here where you are.
I think it's when you are as well, like you say, like.
Yeah, it wears off, doesn't it?
Yeah, massively. But she just did a little loop today because just as soon as we stepped out the door, it started sideways raining.
Oh,
and I was like, oh,
you don't like it?
No. And you know when I forgot to put more waterproof trousers on. I was just like soaked. Then,
like a sponge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and she just was like, squinting in the rain. For right, well, we'll just do a little loop and I'll take her out tomorrow. But
yeah, that was me this morning.
It's this weather though, isn't it? Like it's just a bit shit sometimes.
Yeah, it is minging.
They just don't
There's
like
never
you.
anyone else out there, though. You can
Yeah, that's a plus side, isn't it? You can just go, right, go on then.
crack on.
Off you go.
What you want.
Yeah. See you in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Meet me at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. Oh, so good. Well, I have to say it's been absolutely lovely chatting to you today, Sophie.
It's been nice to catch up.
Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been lovely to hear about how you got into production and stuff as well. It's been lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I think we've come to sort of a natural end there, my love.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
Perfect ending. Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a lovely new year and a lovely birthday.
You too, enjoy, thank you.
You too.
To meet up and go for a dog walk.
Yes, for sure. Now that Coco's less of a dickhead. Not sure about her owner, but
she's all right.
Yeah, copeable. On that lovely note, I shall see you soon, my love.
See you later. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, follow and share, as it really helps this little podcast out. And if you have found value in the podcast and you have the means to, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the show notes. This will help keep the podcast going. Join me next week for another fantastic guest. Bye!